Be careful he doesn't leave the other red, or a chance of it, to the middle.
Well, that was a risk.
Yeah, it could have gone in off as easy as you like.
Not looking at cut the red into the middle pocket and element the shot to nothing, is it? Shot that would be. Don't think it's on. Surely not. He looked at it.
Yeah, I don't think he can risk playing back to the balk end and off another red.
I think the cue ball goes towards the blue anyway, but he still may be playing to the top cushion. He's tried it. What a shot!
Unbelievable!
What a shot!
One.
Opportunism at the very best, and can he knock this black in? It's not ideal.
It's there. What an opening red. Now, deciding frames, different kettle of fish. But he gets first chance.
It's a chance from nothing. Reds are very tightly bunched, but it looks like he's got a fantastic opportunity to get the absolute perfect angle on the blue to smash them all over the table.
Yeah, pink spot not available. Has to go as close to its spot as it can in the direct line with the middle of the top cushion.
Just checking those two reds that it's close to the pink and not a plant into the middle, into the
15.
corner pocket. Be some sort of weird plant to have happened 2 shots from now. That wouldn't be great.
Perfect angle though on the red to get nicely on the blue.
16.
And here's the smash. Doesn't look as though there's a plant to one of the corners, so he can go for this full-blooded. Well, just got a little bit too much backspin on the cue ball. Hit the red full, but 21. The cue ball then went away from the reds. He should have stunned that into them more than have a little backspin. So he's got a red, but it's not straightforward.
Well, that was a brilliant shot, and he can count himself a little bit unlucky. He's lost the cue ball to the side cushion. The pressure pot on the blue. No guarantee of position either. Needs to commit.
Well, how did that drop? It came out once and twice.
27.
Neil Robertson must have thought he'd missed it. I think Judd thought he'd missed it. Tension. Not in the centre, but it was still a good strike. And Judd Trump must be feeling the heat here. This is so exciting. Doesn't look like he's feeling it, though.
It's a
gilt-edged chance now. That opens things up nicely.
34.
Played superb throughout the match. Just got to hold himself together now for this last opportunity. What a fantastic exhibition of snooker from both players. But Judd Trump now
41.
has the chance to sew it up here and now.
42.
Judd Trump keeping his head as still as possible on the shot, trying to keep the nerves under wraps.
There's the Judd family. Judd's father there and his mother.
He's just
47.
looking like he's not going to miss, but you never know. There's a twist in the tail.
48.
He's kept his rhythm up so well. Yeah, fair point, because it's easy sometimes just to overthink it a little bit in moments like this. But he's obviously not perfect on this pink. Otherwise, he'd have played it by now. There's the girlfriend, Khadija, and, well, she's new to this game. That's a terrible watch sometimes.
Bit short of pace. First mistake.
54.
Neil Robertson paying close attention. He spotted it. This red will cut in, but he'll be running into another red. Can he get position? Can he get position? If that red runs past the middle, he'll be on the black, and he's on the black. Neil Robertson fearing the worst.
Bit fortunate there, but... Oh, and another mistake. She's quickly coming around to see if it goes.
Well, surely he's not snookered himself.
He needs one more red.
And a colour.
If he can swerve it, he might be tempted, but he's got a cut into the left corner. Will he be tempted by swerving that?
Well, you can't believe. I mean, Judd couldn't believe when he rolled the black in, he was going to nudge the blue. Swerve.
I fancy he gets it.
He does get it, but he needs now the blue. He dropped one in like this before that nearly stayed out. This to go 68 points in front with 67 remaining. No problem this time, and a punch of the air. What a match this has been from both players. One of the greatest games we've ever seen in Masters history and any other tournament I've ever seen.
John, you see him shaking like a leaf on that. The pressure had got to him. How well did he perform to get over the winning line?
And there's a reaction. That's what it meant to him. Now he just needs to compose himself and roll this red in. And that will dot the I's and cross the T's. There is no way back for Neil Robertson now. Neil Robertson has been the player of the season. But Judd Trump has proven when he's on form, he can beat anybody.
And it's taken, John, a performance of this magnitude to knock Neil Robertson out of his winning ways.
Fair point. Neil Robertson most of the season has been looking unbeatable, but this boy is so talented, and as I say, at the World Championship last season,
81.
okay, he lost in the semi-final to Stuart Bingham, but I just thought his all-round game
82.
had just come up a notch or two. He wasn't attacking all the time, which was probably a little bit of a weakness.
88.
Well, now just dotting the I's and crossing the T's. Will it be
89.
6 centuries in 11 frames? What a strike rate that is.
Unbelievable. And 4 centuries for Judd if he can do it. What a beautiful strike again. Can't hit the ball much better than this.
97.
As good a break as you will see to win a match.
104.
The opening red was superb, and to hold himself together after all that's happened,
107.
what a credit to this player.
Yes, if he was suffering from a slight lack of confidence coming into this tournament, he won't anymore.
111.
He is the real deal, there's no doubt about that. And as we say, it's taken this type of performance to beat Neil Robertson. His 4th century of the match. It has been absolutely sensational. And a standing ovation from everybody in the Alexander Palace for one of the greatest matches you will ever see. And one of the greatest finishes you will ever see. Judd Trump, I take my hat off to you. What a performance. Neil Robertson was good, but Judd Trump was just a little bit better. He's in the semi-final. He wins a classic, 6 frames to 5.
As soon as that black went in, the whole of Alexandra Palace up on its feet. And John, even in here in the studio, you felt compelled to applaud both players.
Well, it's just a privilege to sit here in the chair to watch that this afternoon, because you will not see better match play snooker ever. It was just a magnificent match. 2 players at the top. How he's won the frame off the first red is just unbelievable. Neil Robertson played a safety shot, put him on the bottom cushion, and he's lost the frame and match off an unbelievable shot.
Stephen, what is it about these Friday afternoon sessions? I remember being here 2 years ago when Ronnie O'Sullivan absolutely smashed Ricky Walden 6-0. We were all over after 47 minutes. But this, John Virgo says, one of the best matches he's ever seen. So, to John Parrott.
Yeah, I mean, that was proper snooker today, proper snooker. I mean, like by two of the top players in the game. As I say, I've never seen a match with so many frames 1-0.
Man, fantastic.
Well done, Judd. Well, many congratulations, Judd. What an epic performance. Well done.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
Nervous. Before sort of the first round, I was really nervous, and then I was just looking for a little bit of form. And then when I got out, then I knew I was playing well. I could relax a little bit, and then Neil just kept coming back at me. He just never seems to miss a ball. So, yeah, in the last frame, I wasn't too nervous at the start, and I just managed to keep it together and just.
What about the opening red? I mean, where did that come from? The one you clip back in the middle pocket.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, have a look at this. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you see that. And then the one, did you think you'd missed the blue in the middle that wobbled around the pocket?
Yeah. I thought I
Well, there was a massive gulp out there as well, wasn't it, from the audience?
As soon as that went in, I just thought in my head, come on, Judd, this is meant to be. Now you've had your lifeline. That could have easily not gone in. I thought you have to take these now. Don't mess up. Don't twitch from here.
Yeah. And we counted 3 fist pumps, we think.
Yeah.
The first one there was a lot of energy in that fist pump.
I don't normally celebrate, but my lack of form recently and playing like that and coming in such a big tournament, but I've learned to appreciate how much it means to me now. When I was younger, I thought, it's just going to keep going and going forever, and I'll play well. And then when you go for a bad spell and you come back like that, and I played how I did against Neil on the BBC, is like I appreciate how well I played and all the effort that I've put in.
So where's that come from today, Judd? Because you came in the other day, you said you weren't feeling that, particularly confident. Why today against Neil Robertson, who's been the best player on the circuit this season?
To tell you the truth, if ever I'm the underdog, I seem to play well, and if ever I'm big favourite, I put too much pressure on myself. And today, when someone goes, oh, Neil should be beating you, then it just spurs me on.
Yeah.
Like, I think in my head, no one should be favourite against me. So when I've got something to prove, I seem to live up to how good I am. But I need to be able to do it against everyone. I need to be doing it every single game now.
When you play like that, I mean, it's about time you're winning more of these, isn't it?
Yeah. Obviously, playing like that, it's just consistency. Knowing me, I could go out and play terrible next round, so
that's no way to build any confidence. If you want to win this title, he'll tell you that.
Sports psychologists, turn off now.
I don't think like that. I know how well I played. I know the effort that I've put in. I know I've worked harder than anyone over the Christmas period. So it's about time. I'm 26 now. It's about time I started winning titles.
Yeah. Well, it's something that this man said in the mid-session interval, and all week you've been saying that you've almost changed and customised your lifestyle. Why is that? Is that because you're listening to these chaps in the studio saying, Judd Trump, remarkable ability, but has to do it at the very top events?
Yeah, I've kind of done it the opposite to how Stephen and probably Stephen John done it. I've sort of lived my life now off the table. I've done all the partying I want to do.
You're getting old, Judd.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Yeah, so now I don't enjoy it as much, and now I feel like I'm still young enough to be able to, if I really dedicate myself, I can dominate the game. I really do feel like that. And even Neil played tremendous today, and I still managed to get through. So I proved a lot to myself today, and hopefully I can keep that up.
And what does it mean to beat somebody like Neil Robertson?
Oh, it's a great win for me. Neil's won the last 2 tournaments, and everyone made him favourite coming today. So for me, that was a big win.
Judd, it's been it's a privilege. As John says, it's been an absolute privilege watching you this afternoon. Thank you very much indeed. Epic performance. Good luck against Barry Hawkins.